Good morning, everybody. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Sending lots of love and blessings. I am Ha. I am Hum. I am Mat. And so it is. All right, so I'm going to roll the die, and I have the Union 4D, 5D, 6D read and the Twin Flame read. I did have a little bit of an extension of the Union read this morning when I got up, when I went into my inner child, but you can look at the other video I just posted for that, what came up with that. We're going to show you the pictures, but first we're going to roll the die to see what comes up for the twins today. Okay, so we have the number 3, which actually came up for me last night too. And then Uranus came up yesterday too, when I was just playing around. So, yep, Uranus again. Was that yesterday too? 3 and Uranus and Pisces. Yeah, Pisces. Okay, Pisces. I don't know if Pisces has come up yet for me on this set of die. Not for my reads anyway. Where'd you go, Pisces? Pisces being elusive. Where'd you go? I'm serious. I'm rolling this dice there. It kept going around and around. I couldn't find Pisces. All right. So Pisces, Uranus, which is very Aquarius energy. And then the 3, which is the Empress and Gaia and abundance. But also that's Taurus energy. So Taurus, Aquarius, and Pisces. Very interesting combination. All right, I'm going to show you the pictures of the reads today. It was a very beautiful twin flame read. The Union read is here. I have the 4D, 5D, and 6D, the incoming divine feminine, the outgoing divine masculine, the underlying energies and the closing energies here, the SIRIAN Starseed deck. And then here's the basic read for the read in front of you, which is the 7-deck read for the twin flames. So here is the 7-deck read. If there's something that doesn't resonate with you, don't force it to fit. It's a big read with a lot of energy, and it is a general reading. If you want something more specific, my information is below, as well as on my website, twinflames3344.com. And I have a CD out there called Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames by Evelyn, Stainthorpe, if you want to check it out. It's only $1 for a song. And if you want to make any kind of donation, my information is below for that as well. And remember, if you like the video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Sharing is so important in this community to get the word out so that what I bring can be expanded into something else as you bring it back, and vice versa as it unfolds and unfolds and unfolds and unfolds as you come back to center and back to center, etc. Okay, so let's get into this Union read and see what we have for today. So I've been going back and forth with a lot of 3D stuff the past couple days. You know, just needing to get stuff done. I still need to run errands, one errand at least today. And I still need to go to the grocery store, but I don't have to do that today. But I definitely am feeling it, because you definitely feel the stress of the 3D and then needing to pull back to the 5D. And of course, these videos are so helpful for me because I automatically go into 5D when I do the videos for you guys. So my crystals were out for the solar eclipse. And how was the solar eclipse for all you guys? If you want to share in the comments below, you can. And Yeah, maybe looking at how you see yourself, your identification, maybe changing that a little bit, tweaking it. And then the union energy of the 339 of the 3 of the Empress, the 39 of the Knight of Cups. The Empress is abundance, the Knight of Cups being love, the act of being love. And then this was for today, which is June 11th, 2021. The 11 is justice. And the day adds up to 22 today, which is the Fool, the open heart with a leap of faith, and justice, which is truth and balance. We have the King of Swords in the underlying energy, the indigo in the center, and the Four of Wands being the closing energy for the union read today. So here we go with the read. The King of Swords, making an offer for union and or an offer on a home, or making magic at home, while the incoming divine feminine is the 10 of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and the 5 of Swords. The 10 of Pentacles, family, business, or community of abundance, the female in the garden or yard with crystals and trees when flame goes out. I was just getting the day the music died, but I was also getting Elton John's song with Marilyn Monroe where her flame went out too soon. And actually, it's funny that this energy came up because I was just thinking right before this came up from the read about matches and lighters and just what I have around in case I need it. And also the night before I'd watched that movie Awake, where literally in the movie, the boy was showing the little sister how to ignite the lighter because she was trying to light it and it wasn't staying lit. And he was showing her just one. I have to tell you this because this is what I've been guided to tell you. Awake, when the boy was showing the sister how to light the lighter, and he literally said, you have to just one hard stroke down and hold so the flame doesn't go out. Stretching and growing to end the war. Mother and kids' survival in Awake, the movie, and then Sekhmet and Idol come up. The faceless frog, the master of ceremony, juggling frog to prince. The orbs at the beach. Emerald order in the air. Magenta grounded, perhaps in trouble. We also had the energies of the 10 of unity consciousness, and the seeker of conflict without showing their face. The King of Swords with a dream. I had a dream. The King of Swords with a dream family inspired to merge land and sea at the beach, which we talked about yesterday, the beach being the neutral zone, on the rock of Gibraltar, the altar of Jeb and Gaia. The 4D here is the Ace of Swords, the 5 of Wands, and the Tower. The Divine Feminine with the Truth, ready to play ball. The Divine Masculine with the Tower, ready to take the fall. With the shadow writing on the wall, bridging with waves of grain, and concert lighters under hazy sun of solar eclipse, a group effort or effect, or with group who came together to see the solar eclipse. And as I was reading this about the waves of lighters and concerts, I was getting the concert I went to in 10th grade, which was, I'm blanking out. Yeah, it doesn't help to get hit by a car while you're running. It's very difficult to retrieve words sometimes. It makes it very frustrating, but I've been very patient with myself. All right, so Peter Frampton and Leonard Skinner. I just needed a minute to remember their names. So, and Freebird. And actually I went to the concert for Frampton, not Skinner, which is funny. And I think that was like one of their last concerts. And that was in 10th grade. I remember, I think I was actually was I 9th grade or 10th grade? I was wearing a halter top that I'd made in junior high school. So I'm not sure if I was in 9th grade or 10th, because 9th grade for me was junior high. But I think it might have been the very beginning of 10th grade or the end of 10th. I think it was 10th grade though. But it was a halter top I had made in home ec in junior high school. And I don't know why I remembered what I was wearing that day, because I don't usually remember everything I'm wearing at certain events. Was it my first big concert? It may have been. And I think we took the train down there with my friends. And it was, it was crazy back then. Everything was so liberal back then. And, there were stretchers. There were so many stretchers going off the field that day. It was like the first nice day of the summer. Oh my God, guys, it was June 10th, yesterday, the solar eclipse, my mother's birthday. So it was June 10th, the Frampton concert in 77, I think. That would be 10th grade. And yeah, it was funny. You know, everyone, I wasn't someone who got into pot in high school, but certainly I had friends who did. And it was funny because my friend she went to buy hash or something, and she bought tar on the field instead of hash. But there was little, you know, everyone was on the field. It wasn't seats, everybody was on the grass. And it was an amazing concert. And I remember I got burned that day because it was my first sunny day. You know, I was out in the sun all day. But yeah, really fond memories of that day. So that's coming up for you. I'm not sure why. That might be specific for someone out there. So that's the 4D energy coming up here. So somebody might be going to concerts right now as well. It's a great time to go to concerts, especially outdoor ones, since there'd be less restrictions and maybe allowing that now. The 5D here was the Ace of Wands, Indigo, and the 8 of Pentacles. The Divine Feminine inspired, ignited with desire to heat some water to get emotions going. The Divine Masculine working with crystal walk and steps to her door, stacking energy in his favor at 413, which is the 4 of the Emperor and the 13 of the transition card, or the death card. And also quinoa came up, and my word of chiquanawa, which is chi, and quinoa, which is quinoa. So if that energy comes up for you in a certain way, let me know, because I'm still looking in depth for a word, chiquinawa, that has an actual definition besides breaking the word down, which I did already. So, and glow is coming up as well. And again, we're still in the eclipse energy. And my mom's birthday and my great-grandfather's birthday was the 10th as well. That was David Lubin. And he was very famous. If you want to look him up, you can. It's Lubin. And then when I took pictures yesterday morning, oh, did I put him on here? I have them in my email. I think I can show you. They were very cool. Let's see if I can bring it up quickly. I don't know if you could see it on my tag, but let's see if I can find it. Coming up? Well, we'll see if it comes up. No, it's not going to come up right now. But anyway, if you haven't looked at my tag from yesterday, I put up the tag of a picture of the solar eclipse, not so much for the eclipse because I actually missed it, because the time that was advertised online was actually the wrong time, and it was actually right after the eclipse. So I was kind of annoyed by that. And I wondered if that was a purposeful agenda. But of course, there were beautiful pictures of the sun. There was a bright orange ring around the sun, and I was able to watch the solar flares pulsing out from the sun. It kept getting really bright and then coming back down again, and I literally saw the flares coming out of the sun. It was pretty cool. But the reason I posted the video, because the aura in that video of the sun, down below the sun to the left, to your left, there's a big, like, kind of dull magenta aura over there, and it's not the camera reflection because I have the video of it. The reflection of the video is a slightly different shade, along with the bright purple. That's the camera reflection, but this wasn't the camera reflection. It was static in the picture. It didn't move. So if you look into the aura, you literally can see a face, and it can look like a skeleton's face at first, but when I look closer, it looked like a man's face sitting in like a chariot or a sleigh, like a Santa sleigh, reading the newspaper, or it could literally look like a chariot, and it looked like Sam the Illusionist, which was so funny. I actually emailed him yesterday and told him that. And then below him looks like there's children in the lower part of the vehicle. So it's very much like children or imps or elementals were coming up yesterday, so there could be that kind of energy. But that wasn't the only picture I saw, and that was in that big aura. And it's not just the aura, it's the aura, and it extends up toward the sun. You'll see the whole vehicle with the man reading the newspaper. And then in the really green part, there's two men head to head, like big muscle men, like without their shirts on, with their heads touching, like in a struggle between men, and they are in the bright green spot in the picture right below the sun that shapes a figure 8. But it also comes up as the letter E when you pull away from the picture. And then on the right side of the picture, which I didn't even notice before, there's literally like a sensei, a big sensei man on the right side of the picture who fills up, I would say, 60 to 70% of the picture. He's big. He's bigger than the other two pictures. And after I saw the sensei looking over to the chariot, I noticed that there were like 2 children with masks on getting off the chariot or getting dropped off to this person, whether it was a sensei or an energy, but it looked more of like an Asian person. So yeah, check out that tag. It was very revealing, if you can. If not, I can't get my, I can't get it up right now on my other phone, so I'll show that to you later. If you comment below and let me know you want to see it again, I'll bring it up. If not, I won't. So here, continuing with the 5D, the picture of that aura reminded me of the chariot in the Starseed deck. Literally, it was the same shape with the bars around his head, and the 5 senses and the horses replaced by the children, Santa's helpers. At 413, which is the Emperor and the Death card, bridging with indigo proposal, or a child inspired to get their work done. The 6D here is the Ace of Cups, the 7 of Cups, and the Chariot, the Divine Feminine, self-love, spiritual love, and new love, projected up from deep aqua water and emotion, the Divine Masculine and the Chariot, which we just talked about, with the 5 senses in the SIRIAN Starseed deck. That's the 5 horses is the 5 senses. So you can look that up if you want, the 5-horse chariot. The Divine Masculine and the Chariot with news of the day, and passengers in the back leading with all senses. Bridging with Stairway to Heaven, 2 by 2, spiral ascension, or a new gift every other step of the way with space between, time to appreciate each one, each gift. And so, and I gotten a message too the day before the eclipse about the elementals, and they were telling me they love sparkly things, and I had all my crystals outside, and they said if you leave them something sparkly, they may give you a gift. And that was their gift from all the woods and the trees across the street, in which I got that aura. So the Divine Feminine here is the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. 3 aces. It's like the trifecta on the Divine Feminine side. The Divine Feminine getting all the aces done except the Ace of Pentacles, which is reserved for the man on the run, the 4D Truth, the 5D Passion and Inspiration, and the 6D Love, deep blue to aqua love with fire between. The Divine Masculine is a sudden strike, lightning and fires. The Spy, I was just getting the Spy who loved me, or spider knocked off the wall, no longer allowed to put out others' fires. Sudden events, epiphanies, or sex, working with crystals on the steps to portal, which is the front door, to ascend quickly to immortal. That's for the Divine Masculine. And by the way, my dad was just coming up because he loved James Bond, and I just said the Spy who loved me, so he came right in. It's really funny. But of course he liked, what's his face? You know I'm talking about, the James Bond that everybody likes. Sean Connery. Okay. So bridge. The bridge here is crowds and waves supporting Indigo's proposal, cheering them on to ascend faster and faster. The outgoing Divine Masculine here is the Shadow, the 8 of Wands, and the 6 of Wands. The Shah in energetic exchange with good news, attention and leading the way, or quote-unquote follow the leader. Spidey sense activated in Color My World with light bulb moments, fans and journey, leading the way back to the castle, to the union, where the drawbridge is always open at 438, which is the Emperor and the Queen of Cups. 1111 with solar eclipse, rising or setting, always a picture moment for giving and getting. All right, that's forgiving and getting. The Divine Masculine had no major arcana on her side, but she did have the King of Swords and the Page of Wands on her side, and the 3 aces, which is big. The Divine Masculine had Cancer, Scorpio, and Capricorn on his side with no court cards. And between them was the energy of the Gemini or Virgo card of the Magician, the Indigo. Maybe that's, the only thing in their way is their own inner child. The Union read came out to the number 56, which is the Two of Swords, the being in your knowing and keeping your energy clear. And the horizontal pillars came out to 12, 9, and 35, which is the Hanging Man, the Hermit, and the Nine of Wands, the Wounded Warrior. The vertical pillars came out to 10, 5, 3, 12, 8, 8, and 10, right? The Wheel of Fortune, the turn for the better, the 5 of the Hierophant, the 3 of the Empress, the 12 of the Hanged Man, and then the 2 8s, which can be double strength, or the two twins standing side by side, both balancing within their masculine and feminine back and forth, and then the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune again. So we have the message of the Hanging Man, the Hermit, and the Wounded Warrior, who knows, and Destined Hero and Empress hanging out 8-8 in high vibration, fatum, in their knowing with peace of mind. The Divine Feminine with 3 aces, Divine Masculine suddenly working to catch up, support expanding the Magician Indigo to take the steps. The Divine Feminine Abundant Family and the Shadow, inspired to connect in energetic exchange. 2 performers, Emerald Order in the Ethers and Journeyman taking the lead to union. And that's the grounded side. The 3D gate and the 5D gate. I always talk about that with the masculine and the feminine. At 505, which is the 50 of the 10 of Cups and the 5 of the Hierophant, or 2 Hierophants there, which can bring up the patriarchy as well. So at 511, I cut the SIRIAN Starseed deck for the Twin Flame read. And as soon as I cut the SIRIAN Starseed deck, I was getting, I'm so glad we had this time together. And that's from the Caribou Net show, but it also came up when my mother passed away, as her saying that to me. And my son's actually leaving for the summer on Sunday. So it was that same kind of energy coming up. I'm so glad we had this time together. And at 525, which is the Hierophant and the Knight of Wands, F chalices and ES, which came up, which ES is the pronunciation for the letter S of Sophia, but it's also the reflection of 32 or 23. Which one is it? Yeah, 23, which is the King of Wands. And F chalices, you can use the F word, but for my reads, it's more about expansion and contraction, or expansion and reflection, which is like the middleman. At 539, I completed all of the clarifiers with the 5 of the Hierophant, the 39 of the Knight of Cups, and the major arcana were Solar Deity and the Guidance. Solar Deity is the Sun, Guidance is the Hierophant, and before the read, the Lovers came up, and after the read, Karma came up, which is the Judgment card. We had 2 Pentacles, 3 Wands, 3 Cups, and 1 Sword. So mostly Wands and Cups, so passion and action, and heart and emotions. And then we had the Page of Cups, Knight of Wands, and Queen of Cups in the read, and the King of Cups after. So a lot of Cups family here with the King and Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups, which can be a mother and father and child, or it can be a father with 2 children, the Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups, or vice versa. It can be a mother with the King of Cups and Page of Cups children. So we had, as far as numbers, triple 2s again, all right, very significant for the 2s, 1-to-1, mediation, very much the High Priestess and the Divine Feminine energy. We also had 10-10 was very significant, which is that very high vibration, again, of the High Priestess and the Divine Feminine, and the 55 of the Truth and Balance, and then the 44 of the Grounding and Integrating and Mastering of Love. We had 23 of the King of Wands, very significant, as well as 9-10, begin again and again and again, keep coming back to center. And then 24 of the Queen of Wands, 45 of the 5 of Cups, 5-10, which is 0 behind the 51 of the King of Swords, Source backing them up. And then the King of Wands, the 34 of the 8 of Wands, the 56 of the 2 of Swords, the 68 of the Page of Pentacles, and the 89 of the Phi energy, which is the reflection of the 98, which is the human body temperature. So going outside yourself, raising your temperature, lowering your temperature, expanding beyond yourself. The code line was all about teaching and learning. And we had 10, 10, and 2, which is the Fool, which is today's energy. So 10, 10. I actually forgot to write that down. But yeah, 2 10s and then a 2, which is 22. And the Fool. And today is the 11 of Justice and the Fool with an open heart, taking a leap of faith. The code line is all about teaching and learning. And here are the translations from the read and the code line here. So the key being the twin flames with thanksgiving and a show of power up to see the key in expansion and reflection in high vibration Sophia and Atlas working hard with the Knight of Wands to teach and learn, or to teaching and learning. Also, thank God in a show of power. So twin flames, thanksgiving, or thank God in a show of power up, seeker of destiny or high vibration Sophia with the weight of the world, the Knight of Wands, or adept of flames, being good at flames, or the Knight of Flames, also, or to teaching and learning. TG also means shut up. So Thanksgiving could also be saying shut up, giving thanks by shutting yourself up as well. It could be telling yourself to shut up. The key of the twin flames being the Christ God, the Christed God energy. The SAG, I've always brought that up before. S-A-G is union, but it's also S-A-C-G, because the C always comes up as predominant in the G letter when I do my code line. So it comes up as the Sophia and Christ God energy. That's the masculine and feminine, the twins. The Sophia and the Christo Sophia, the Christo Sophia, the God, the Mother Father, the 9-inch nails of Jesus on the cross, and seeing the key of the high vibe Sophia that accompanied him on the cross. The Sam I am, Sophia and I am. Sophia M I am, the weight of the world, and rushing in to teaching and learning. The key feminine to gram, which was also a definition of FG, is a femtogram. That's 10 to the negative 15th grams. So very minute, like a nanotype particle. But the key femtogram is coming up as the feminine to be still my heart, I am. Or the feminine to thick coin, and coin's another word for Kohan, or the co-pilots, am, right? So just making a funny there with the fem to be still my heart, I am. The fem to thick coin, or Kohan, am, or is, okay? The show of power up, the student tense, or saying no, and burden, the Knight of Wands, to teaching and learning. Also, the key being here is foster care, family court, facilitating communication in a show of power of the student reflecting what they've learned, wearing 10s perhaps because the Knight of Wands is on their feet a lot, with Atlas and weight of the world, literally, to teaching and learning. So then one of my viewers, you guys, who's a wonderful person, emailed me something in reference to Alice, because Alice came up the other day, and she'd sent me an article from yesterday that was about secret planning exercise from 2016, modeling the impact of MERS outbreak in the UK, previously was secret and now disclosed. And as far as why they didn't disclose it before, of course they claim for national security, but they were not given any key advice. This information was never given to any of the key advisory committees. And even in March, the PHE refused exercises information. So, you know, what happened regarding these exercises, regarding what happens in an event of some kind of virus breakout or something like that, were finally released when they were challenged in May, just last month. There were 15 different illness tests in all regarding these tests. So that was a big deal coming out yesterday. And thank you. The Three of Pentacles reversed here is the underlying energy, and beneath it, 5 down, is the 5 of Swords, 6 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles all upright, and then the 4 of Cups upright and the Lovers reversed, with the 3 of Pentacles reversed on top. The internal war of stretching and growing, the 6 of Cups, the inner or outer children loving each other, soulmates and kids, and juggling, performing, distracting, grounding and integrating of breakup or lack of affection, issues at work and justice, of sexual or creative blocks, frustration, of no humor, unable to understand. The King of Cups is bigger block, brokenness, broke up, down, in, out or through, fight or flight, or without a car, or always with an excuse. Libra upright versus Cancer reversed, solar eclipse, Cancer, or at night, not sleeping, rising or numb, awake and coming out to find peace, or finding alternative transportation, or don't need a car while they're away on vacation or trip. So maybe someone's looking to use their car. Or the Knight of Wands is nudging, right? The Knight of Wands is all energetic and ready to go. And they're like nudging the King of Cups upright and the Queen of Pentacles reversed to surrender to the present, or perhaps allow them to gift them to get the whole truth and implement a plan to walk or leave, or the group, or go up the mountains. Trouble breathing up there or down here. So it looks like someone may be leaving an environment because they have trouble breathing there, whether it's because of stress, because of the people who are around them, or because they literally have allergies or something like that. There's been trouble breathing up there or down here, so they're leaving to go wherever they don't have trouble breathing. Putting the Eight of Cups on ice while taking a break, sticking them with the truth about his stake in it, and then leaving. The truth of an investment or a loss, on spending to retire, whether temporary or for good. Last time they're clearing up or cleaning up others' messes here. They're not going to do that anymore. It's 650, which is the Lovers and the Ten of Cups. So then at 651, which is the Lovers and the King of Swords, which is also written as 51-6, the truth is out, decrowned, dethroned, the Hierophant upright and the Magician reversed. No love loss here, opposite sides of the coin, or religion and spirituality. We also have Gemini reversed and Taurus upright here. No sex or love or old boys club in a race to win, cutting out the spiritual middlemen. Let your friends help, and beneath that was honeymoon, which can also be or after a honeymoon period, right? The honeymoon period's over. Patient with attitude, or drinks to be patient. Female Sagittarius in hot pursuit of flirtation or casual sex. With the King of Swords upright, with draining kids, sunburned or overexposed. The Page of Pentacles upright, overdoing it or hurting themselves. Having a drink and forced to take medicine, or this could be a child being forced to take the juice against their own better judgment. Or the King of Swords being watched by a concerned female around the Page of Pentacles, or lack of vacation, or someone, or lack of vacation and romance and opportunity close by. And this may, the King of Swords, it looks like they're being watched by a concerned female around a child, the Page of Pentacles, or just in an energy of someone's mad because they want to go on vacation or want some romance, and the King of Swords is not, or an opportunity close by. It may be also someone insinuating that they shouldn't be around kids without being watched, which may or may not be true. Butts and legs and souls exposed, idolizing and sacrificing self. So I was getting ritualistic energies here. So idolizing and sacrificing self, which was coming up as the energy of ritualistic, so in more of a negative sense, or sun worshipers wanting to look good, but yet get burned, and then they can't be touched, so they're not going to get what they want anyway. They're trying to look good so they can have romance, and then they get burned so they can't be touched or have romance. Rebirth comes up as number 16, and then self-love, which is 61, the reflection of that, taking a risk to love self first, and allowing rebirth over and over and over again. The High Priestess covering their face without options. The Page of Swords with family money or an inheritance perhaps. The Knight of Wands losing battles of trying to avoid sudden changes and or disaster. Or the Pisces with a choice or without a choice, but to message the Ten of Pentacles family, business, or community about something. About the Knight of Wands coming, so watch out. So someone's maybe giving someone a heads up that someone's headed their way to avoid the fighting. The Knight of Wands may be a Sagittarius girl showing some leg, no longer a sweet little caterpillar, now released from their chrysalis. The Knight of Wands has won and left a big mess to clean up. Pisces upright, Sag upright, and Scorpio reversed here. After sudden events and our epiphany, the Three of Pentacles reversed with issues at work, with finances, getting along with people, or third-party interference, and walking away from manipulation of the Page of Pentacles, whether that's a child or an opportunity or an invitation, avoiding disaster or on the aftermath of sudden events or warning or message, okay? And this can also be a young person who's flirting with a teacher or an older person, which is a temptation for this older person. That could be as well. So it may be a temptation for them, or it may not be, but someone else is insinuating it is. So that could be true or not, so don't assume anything. So the King of Cups upright implementing a plan for the Page of Wands, who could be an excitable child. Sharing, settling out at eclipse or at night, or with Cancer manipulation or insecure Magician reversed, who may be insecure, unable to manifest. The King of Pentacles Libra or Destiny here. We have issues at work with the High Priestess, secret or psychic abilities, or Pisces or religious woman, or no longer going to services. So religious woman who all of a sudden stopped going to services, or the vice versa, someone who was just never spiritual, religious at all. The recent past is the Ten of Cups upright, the happy family, or an ending, and walking away from the Ten of Pentacles upright, family, business, or community, or abundant situation, or the family war. We have the Ten of Cups again and the Ten of Pentacles here. The two sides of the family, or the two versions of families, one who seeks money and one who seeks love and emotion. The implementation of a plan to start up or stand up to Leo, kids, pets at home, or this could be like, or there's some kind of nursemaid, this could be a babysitter, or your mother lives with you and she takes care of the kids, but some kind of nursemaid or mother, can be the mother of the children as well, always trying to pacify the beast, or is very condescending, like, saying, oh, it's okay, don't worry, like, and it's irritating to the other person. At 716, which is the Chariot and Tower, the sudden events or epiphany. So home, fighting, competing, games, or in pursuit of happiness, to end the stress, suffering in silence, purging or not sleeping, or headaches, in a breakup or love loss and drained, or ain't no sunshine when she's gone. With Leo upright and reversed, and Gemini reversed here, perhaps retiring and doesn't care what Leo or child has to say about it. Maybe they have in the past. Or tired of dealing with pets at home. Perhaps the pet doesn't even like them. So why do they have to live with them? That's kind of the energy that came up there. The foundation is guidance, Hierophant, and traditional views about marriage and commitment, with Taurus religion establishment, and Atlas with the weight of the world, slaving for the Queen of Wands reversed, and the Six of Cups upright, the inner or outer children, or soulmates who are loving each other, so that they can bond without them. So this is someone, again, the odd man out, feeling left out. They're doing all the work while everyone else gets the benefits of it. Or Hierophant guidance and breaking their back for the Queen of Wands reversed, who doesn't even appreciate it, while the Six of Cups kids and or soulmates are all connecting and bonding. Partners are over with the Queen of Wands reversed, or they are over her and her shenanigans. The central energy here is the Sun reversed, right? And they can just be drained energy, not full energy, struggling to do everything because you don't have enough energy. But there's Taurus upright versus Leo reversed right here. Present at home, and again, the Taurus and Leo always come up as stubbornness and ego. Present at home or to union of a higher love. Patient angel ending pain, or pain in the ass, to devil. Or Capricorn temptation or betrayal between Sag upright and Capricorn upright. The angel and the devil, right? One on each shoulder. And the monkey or the monk key in the middle, left for dead. The victim of circumstance. Remember, we have the savior and the perpetrator, but the victim is the one in the middle who can shift their perspective in order to pull the polarities in. The Knight of Cups upright, tired of being love or needing to focus on their own health for once. The challenge being the Ten of Wands upright, dark to light, leaving the wounded warrior behind, or their own victim mentality, the Emperor reversed in separation or with heart issues, or kicked while down by the King of Swords upright Libra, or destined to happen. Awake to sovereign and dueling knights, the Grim Reaper reversed back to back with the Knight of Swords reversed, an air sign and a Scorpio perhaps, sovereign facing their energy or their own fears in a never-ending story, or Scorpio reversed hostage, awake to the mirror, working to align and need to swallow their pride with those left behind or injured and out in the cold, depressed, spreading the word in order to trigger others to heal. Now present crowning is the twin flames reversed, without an option but to invite love in from sovereign in a 5D connection, dumping a load, burdens, responsibilities, or confession to find peace and avoid disaster. On break, working creatively to make their family happy, or ending an emotional cycle on a positive note. Needing to go out for a meal or a date and come clean or clean up their act or space, feeling badly, and then inspired, all of a sudden they're excited to face their fears, the truth about blocking lovers, stubbornness, not working, unable to function in a three-way situation. Lovers with an olive branch, or may have showed up just to find that a business was closed or people turned away. But the two are happy, who are left out are being seen as being happy anyway, right? The two lovers out in the cold, as long as we have each other. The two are happy anyway. No big love at work or big love with third party through work. The Emperor reversed, taming the beast or tackling the boar or beast. The Emperor reversed, forcing Leo to drink the water or juice. Page of Swords may have poor judgment here. Or false advertising, grounding and integrating, the Queen of Swords reversed, sharing or settling out. The Queen of Swords reversed, I just whistled, the Queen of Swords reversed and or the Page of Swords upright, either one of them or both could be Aquarius or have Aquarius in their chart, maybe dealing with Leo upright and Aries reversed. Soon here is the Five of Pentacles upright, the Hermit in exile in the Mary Magdalene cave, heartbroken in separation after the King of Swords Libra offered payoff, loan, time, money, and effort, or a new life, or money to continue juggling as the King of Pentacles, right? The man who takes care of everybody else, which may be disjointed with the Queen of Cups reversed and the Knight of Cups upright on a quest to the Page of Cups upright and mediating with the Devil, or horny judge, or Libra upright and Capricorn upright, or judge and jury. Hungry for blood could be somebody's situation here. The Knight of Cups and Page of Cups competing or coming together to pursue happiness against the Queen of Cups reverse and her better judgment. Or the Queen of Cups reversed is just sad to see them go. The Knight of Cups being love and going to have fun with kids or their younger sibling. Innocents playing together or watching a live game with horny coach perhaps and a referee to then watch them with little kids. Or just a very responsible Libra, judge or mediator to take care of them at camp or at games. Perhaps a mother relinquishing control of her children and needing to make sure that she can trust the people that she's relinquishing them to. That was scam likely, so there's your, that could be a little sync right there with the message. So this is a mother relinquishing control of her children, and there may have been men around her, assuring her, stop worrying about it, they'll be fine, right? And maybe somebody needs to somebody's following their instincts and the others are not here. The twin flames are seeing themselves as the Nine of Swords reversed, trying to end the nightmare, hit and run, or accidentally bumped into each other on the run, or tripped and fell, or fell from grace, lacking faith, or the Fool fell for the Knight of Wands, surrendering to the Hermit's light, counsel, or at the doctor's office after they fell and got hurt. The Hermit dissatisfied with the High Priestess and Empress, which can be older sisters, or Pisces and Taurus younger sisters, or mother and their aide or advisor. Two that fell, and each with someone to pick them up and keep them apart. The Wounded Warrior reversed and the Hermit, and the Fool reversed with the Knight of Wands upright. The Doctor could be a bit arrogant here with the High Priestess and Empress, and or vice versa. Sagittarius upright, Aries reversed, Virgo upright, Pisces upright, and Taurus upright here. Aries could be pleading to come back. You deserve love was beneath, express your love on the top for the twins. Around them, or how they're seen, is the Page of Cups, the innocent one, with heart open wide, under the radar, third party, without a choice but to keep to their self. The block for the twins being the Knight of Wands with a slow burn, the Page of Cups upright, suffering in silence, with the Emperor reversed, or that is the Knight of Wands, is the combination of themselves, of the innocent child, and the not so innocent Emperor reversed there, coming out as the Knight of Wands. The Page of Cups in conflict with the Emperor reversed self, or child worried they'll be left with the Empress reversed when the Knight of Cups goes away, and they may be scared there, because the Emperor reversed can be someone who is out of control and abusing their power. So teaching and learning, but even more so for the twins here, is patience and spiritual partnership. The Knight of Pentacles reversed, unable to move or function, but is finding peace. The Queen of Cups reversed in energetic exchange, or lots of communication back and forth, or traveling back and forth, or energy back and forth. The Queen of Cups reversed with upside down world, or divine feminine in 5D, or Pisces reversed, seeing synchronicities or seeing the one. Or the Queen of Cups reversed is suffering the slings of arrows of love, trying to control depression about a message blocked and or ignored at 804, which is the Strength card, and the Emperor, or the dance of the Emperor. So with 8 and 4 and the dance of the Emperor, the Queen of Cups reversed may have choked, needing to swallow their pride, or made a bad decision sharing or being charitable, or having nothing to show for it, with issues at work and being drained, burned, overexposed, or out of control, kids, pets, Leo, or ego, with the Queen of Pentacles reversed prisoner, or tying their hands, walking away to connect one-to-one with the Divine Masculine's heart in the Batcave, with the King of Cups upright. Depressed King of Wands reversed, exploded suddenly, or is exhausted with sudden epiphany, or tired of being in the middle of Aquarius reversed and Scorpio upright. Perhaps the Queen of Cups has 2 sets of kids, the Knight of Cups and Page of Cups both upright, and then older 2 kids, the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Pentacles both reversed. While in energetic exchange as the Divine Feminine in 5D, so that could be a Divine Feminine, with heaven in her eyes and synchronicities, deliberating on whether to walk to or away from the 2 of Cups connection, the Divine Masculine King of Cups upright, or the King of Cups doesn't have to be the Divine Masculine at all. It could be a parent of theirs, perhaps, or someone else. While the King of Wands is reversed, is depressed and freaking out. Facing fears of the 6 of Cups love and performing together, grounding and integrating a breakup or a lack of love or loss of love through work or with issues at work, with guidance to end the suffering in silence or end something with a sister, and open heart to the 10 of Cups family or emotional fulfillment, but drained and challenged by going from dark to light, leaving the wounded warrior behind, the victim mentality, to be out in the cold, in exile together, unprotected or without the shot. The Knight of Wands upright without an option, with the Queen of Cups reversed, not judging and walking away, the 2 of Cups partners. The Divine Masculine holding on to the King of Cups, Scorpio, or unconditional love and epiphany and needing to heal, closing a business or leaving work to make the 10 of Cups upright family happy, but not so suddenly. Perhaps with guidance here on depletion without choice and challenged by taking steps, perhaps up from the basement, suffering in silence due to lovers out in the cold, the Page of Cups message of love to the Knight of Wands, and the Queen of Cups reversed mother not happy about it and very judgmental, or not judgmental at all, unable to make a decision, but walking away to connect in the cave with the Sun and the King of Cups, which is unconditional love, which can reference Jesus, and unconditional love, which is the love energy of God, or source, or creator. At 8:18, which is the dance and the moon. Here we are at that solar eclipse. 8 is Leo, which is like the sun energy. So we have the sun and the moon right here at the end. Walking away to connect in cave with Sun and King of Cups, unconditional love, or the sun and the moon. Very interesting there how that came up. And also in the code line how the, the Sophia Christ energy came up, the Sophia Christ God energy. So let's go ahead and pull a couple oracle cards and see what comes up there. Let me just get my bowls out of the way. So let's start with the animal spirit deck. For the twin flames, what is our takeaway here? It's 50-10, which is the 10 of cups and the wheel of fortune, which is like the epitome of happiness with the 10 of cups and the wheel of fortune. And then 11:47 on my clock, which is justice and the 7 of cups. So truth and balance and seeing synchronicities or having choices. Okay, so let's see what the animal spirit deck has to say for you guys. Take another deep breath. For the twin flames, there we go. Oh, the nightingale. We just had the hummingbird. Now we have the nightingale singing, which is so funny because I was just singing on the earlier video. So then we have these two coming up together, separate from the third, with the black egg, which is all about the truth, and the whale, which grounds the seas. The whale is like the elephant on land, land and sea. And here is the sea, which is the feminine speaking her truth through being a songbird, which is literally what I was doing earlier. And then here's the lamb. Oh, look at the sweet energy here. So sweet. So we have the lamb and the otter, two of the sweetest energies in the deck. So sweet and so friendly. And then here is the Kundalini that has sealed the rainbow bridge around the world, which then the rainbow from the rainbow bridge leaves the bridge once it's locked and then goes into the world to raise the collective. Okay? So here's the feminine speaking her truth by singing her soul, right? The guardians of the waters of emotions and the black egg of the truth. And I was talking about the egg too, okay? And then we have the sweetest innocent energy, which can represent children or the divine masculine inner child. But it's the mothers raising the children to learn all of this as they're going through it. And then leaving it for the collective to learn. And then the dragon comes up at the end there, which is actually the cover of the deck, the dragon's eyes. So I'm actually just going to I'll read you the nightingale and the dragon, okay? So the nightingale, of course, is air. It's a bird. A very sweet bird. The nightingale. Fearless voice, speech, communication, or song. The song of the nightingale is otherworldly. The simple brown bird, almost unnoticeable amongst the flashy plumage of other birds, yeah, that's me, transports its listener to the realm of poetry. The nightingale energy is with us when we write, compose, and especially when we sing. It reminds us that music heals the deepest wounds. This card indicates a need to open the bridge between the heart and the voice. Is there something you need to say? How long has it been since you sang? Turn it up, write it down, or let it out. When in balance, the nightingale sings and speaks freely with kindness, but when they're out of balance, they may be shy with a lump in their throat. To bring into balance, music, which is perfect because that's what the energy of the day was today in the video I posted prior to this one. So the dragon here, let's see. The dragon is I think it's the third chakra, yeah, it's solar plexus. And the dragon seeing one's most true self, balancing the ego. The dragon sees everything. Its essence has been with us since before our first breath and will be there at our last. It watches us navigate the external world as well as our inner world. When the dragon energy is awakened, we are courageous, visionary, and can easily drop into witness consciousness. It is almost as if we are traveling with a great friend inside of ourselves. When we look in the mirror, deep into our eyes, we may even glimpse the self behind the self, the one who is watching us. This is the power of the dragon breathing transformative fire into every cell of our bodies. Witnessing this omnipotent energy, even for a brief moment, helps us surrender and let go. We let the dragon guide us. We hop on its back for a ride. And as we traverse even the most difficult terrain, the dragon's eyes see beauty everywhere. It is said that if a yogi does not see beauty in the world, that their Agni is dim. Their Agni is described as the inner fire or sacred intelligence. May even just the mention of the dragon stir the embers of intelligence within you. So the dragon's the third chakra. The subtle energy of the dragon lives at the navel center, at the Manipura chakra. This translates to city of hidden gems, and behind it, gates burns the fire of our transformation. Its gates burn the fire of our transformation and digestion. The sages believe health of the fire at the navel center is what governs our ability to clearly see both the inner and outer dimensions. So that's the dragon. Okay, so we had the truth of the throat chakra and the solar plexus coming up, which is very much the masculine energy normally, but now coming into the feminine, right? So they've been coming together from opposite sides, learning the opposite lessons in order to come to the same place. So there's always going to be like a switching back and forth of the energies that one experience will then go to the other. So let's go ahead to the journey of love, because I don't want to keep this long. So let's make this a more shorter one. The journey of love for the twin flames today. All right, come together. I was hearing come together as soon as this card came up. Come together right now over me, which was the title I just had out. 66 is the Queen of Pentacles. And here is the coming together in the heart, right? In the chambers of the heart. We also have the spaces between the words, the 24 of the Queen of Wands, right? The space between the third energy, which is, this is very two-dimensional, it's very flat. But there needs to be that space, a little bit of cushion between the energies so that they can be their sovereign self. And then we have the self-initiation of the 12. We have the 12, the 24, and 2 sixes, 2 loves with the 12 and 24. 24 is the omega, it's the end of the Greek alphabet, and the 12 is also an ending, right? It's also a dozen. Yeah, so that movie's coming up. What's it called? More Than a Dozen or something, whatever that movie's called. I can't remember. But again, there's 2 queens and a hangman here. So again, this can reference, right, the person between in a 3-way situation. We have the hangman of the Jesus energy, the 66 of the Queen of Pentacles, and then the space between of the Queen of Wands, which, right, is just the buffer between the 2 energies here before they are able to come together without space between them. Okay, so the bottom of the deck, and also there's 2 more cards coming out. How many? Oh, nope, they want me to count. Hold on. They're making me count a lot. Hold on. Yikes, all right, that's it. The bottom of the deck is Sacred Convergence, and this came up yesterday too. The Sacred Convergence is also the 28 of the Twin Flames, all right? So this is, this is the convergence, the coming together, and she loves. 61 is taking a risk to love self first. And then we have the Twin Flame Sacred Convergence. Okay. And here's the masculine energy of self-initiation, the feminine energy of coming together, and then the space between of the flat 2D energy. As I'm losing my voice, perhaps this person in between needs to speak their truth also. All right, so my voice went as soon as I went to the middle, the 24, which is the Queen of Wands. So there's 2 queens and the hangman here. And then the Sacred Convergence. So I have to count these cards, so bear with me. There's a lot of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, the Queen of Cups. But I want you to see what I noticed as I was counting here, because this is the 2 cards that came together here. Hold on one sec. These 2 cards popped out. which is very much the energy of Mary Magdalene and Jesus, okay? And this is the hidden beauty and the Christ flame of the 58 of the 5D connection and the 31 of expansion and reflection, okay? So she was the first card that was coming out next, along with devotion to the small, right? To the children, to the vulnerable, and the towering magnificence of union. And the mother prays. So there's a lot of mothering energy there coming up. And the bride offering herself to the Christ flame. And then the bottom of the pile that I had to count is distant shores. So there's 4 moons here in the 18, and it's the emerald and the violet energy there, which is very much about the heart and the third eye. You know, connecting to your vision at this eclipse, right? So this 4 moon today is coming up as the eclipse energy, eclipsing out in a really positive way here, though, today, with the 38 of the Queen of Cups. Oh, by the way, Queen of Cups, 38 is my soul number in numerology, which is the Queen of Cups. But Queen of Cups very much represents the divine feminine as that, you know, very heart-based, being kind and intuitive energy. So I just wanted to make sure you knew that. And again, the numerology book I've always used is the Divine Triangle. If you want to check it out, it's a really fun, easy-to-use book. I've been using it since my 20s, and I'm turning 60 in September, so it's a long time. I'm going to read to you the first cards that came out, which is coming together, because that's the second time I used that energy. 66. We're already over an hour. I was trying to keep it under an hour, but oh well. All right, so 66. Coming together, you and another soul are coming into each other's worlds. It is karmic destiny that is unfolding, an expression of divine plans set in motion many lifetimes ago. That destiny may have a romantic purpose, it may have a sacredness that is sexual, it may have a sacredness that is creative, tender, about learning self-esteem or courage. It may bring a gift of enduring friendship and loyalty, or be an expression of passing flash of divine force that shakes your foundations and helps move you out of a situation which would have consumed your light with tediousness and playing small. The coming together is happening, however. Know it is of love. This oracle brings guidance. You are going to be moved by love. Whether it's long-term or fast and furious, it is love and it has meaning. Let it be, Mother Mary comes to me. Let it be what it is, and do not try to force it to become what you think it must be. It has worth, as do you. Enjoy the experience and know it serves your growth. And the poem simply states, 2 energy patterns came together and shared frequency in a field of possibilities. And there was resonance. Rise and be loved, guys.